Commissioners, today is Tuesday, January 6, 2026. This time is 6 o'clock p.m. It's the first meeting of the new year. Welcome. I'm the mayor, and we're going to call the meeting to order. Will the clerk please call the roll, please?
Commissioner Ackrey?
Here.
Commissioner Downing?
Here.
Commissioner Smith? Commissioner Tubby?
Here.
Mayor Washington?
Here.
We have our quorum and are duly qualified to conduct business.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Some housekeeping items. On the agenda, will the record please reflect that the Vice Mayor is here? On the agenda, Hub International will be presented as items 12A and 12B as in boy, 12A and 12B as in boy on the agenda. I don't believe we have any presentations. Is that correct? Madam City Manager.
Good evening. Just a couple of updates tonight from us. First of all, hopefully the word is out there that the 4th Street Bridge is going to be closing next week. And as far as we know, that is still on schedule to happen. I do want to note that we are aware of the angst in the community surrounding the reduction in the number of lanes to accommodate bike lanes on the 12th Street Bridge. So I think there's just a lot of angst surrounding the timing of that change and how it's going to impact traffic patterns within Covington and, of course, Newport. And we're aware of it. Just want to acknowledge that and mention that we are coordinating with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet on monitoring traffic patterns and making adjustments as needed. So I just wanted to share that. The second thing I wanted to say is just a shout out to the Parking Authority for their partnership with Proximity, which is a startup company in Covington that is focused on some innovative solutions for parking. And any urban environment, we have folks that are concerned about parking. So this partnership will really kind of use technology to connect parking solutions with the needs of our businesses. So it's part of bridging the gap, but just wanted to give a shout out to the Parking Authority for this partnership. That's all I had, Mayor.
Thank you. Any questions for the manager? Seeing none, we'll move on to the next order of business. Item number 1, Sebastian Torres, Director of External Affairs, MOU. Director.
Good evening. We have a MOU that is the product of advocacy that Mayor Washington had with Secretary Jim Gray and the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. We're recognizing the potential impacts of the bridge construction on 4th Street and the Brent Spence Bridge companion project, that there would be impacts within both our residential neighborhoods and our business districts. Recognizing that, we were able to obtain support for $750,000 worth of reimbursable funds, which we can put towards supporting business initiatives, neighborhood improvements, and also special events and advertising promotional campaigns to reduce whatever negative effects may exist as a result of those projects. So again, those are going to be reimbursable. We will have to spend out of our general budget for those different campaigns and items, but we will be able to submit those on a quarterly basis to KYTC for reimbursement up to $750,000 over a 5-year period. But that said, we can actually request however much out of that amount on the front end. So we could spend $500,000 within the first year, and over the next 4 spend $250,000, for instance. So happy to take any questions that you all may have.
Vice Mayor Smith.
One, I just want to say that this is incredible. I know I mentioned it before. The only question in general that I had, is there any sort of discussion on how we're going to determine where this goes? I know that we've got some incredible groups right now, like the Bridging the Gap initiative, that we're having those discussions. So is there a process that we've discussed? I know it's a question that I've already gotten from the public, so if you can shine some light on it, that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. So beginning in September, we created a stakeholders group of local business owners within the urban core of Covington to provide us with feedback regarding their concerns related to the project and potential solutions that they had in mind. These solutions range from special events programming to improving our parking capabilities here in downtown, to special events and other even neighborhood placemaking, artwork, things like that. We ended up walking away with several pages worth of potential solutions, and frankly, we're going through those and judging which ones should be addressed using these funds versus partners who are actually stepping up to take a role. So we do have an internal committee here within within City Hall, which is kind of going through that list and judging which ones do we think we're going to have the most bang for buck on. And that so far has been really the process of deciding.
And then the only follow-up question, and we might not even know this yet, is there any sort of timeline on any of this? That was the only kind of question that I got from the public is, yeah, that was it.
Well, we actually have already launched some of our first informational ad campaigns around the upcoming closure. So we've been running at a pretty steady pace already, and but that'll definitely be picking up. We have a RFP currently out right now for a marketing company to provide additional consultation in relation to promotional campaigns to get folks coming in from suburban communities to visit our downtown businesses. So that's something that we're actively advertising for now. We're hoping to take that and actually launch the full campaign after we have time to decide which one of those proposals we want to go with.
Thank you very much.
Any other questions for Mr. Torres? I just have a comment, Director. Is there a way that, as we're spending this money, that the public can actually see where the $750,000 is being spent? So I know that we have something on our website they can find, but if we could create a page or something that shows that 5,000 or 10,000 went to this organization or that organization to get the message out, and we spent this on the marketing, so our community can see actually where the money is going. Can we possibly do that?
We can absolutely do that in a formal way.
Okay. Thank you. Seeing no other questions, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Administration Department Director Wetzel.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. I have 5 items for you this evening. A lot going on with several of our projects, which is exciting. The first of which is a request for an order authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement granting Duke Energy a right of easement at the new City Hall facility. This is just a passage through public right-of-way so that they can run electric to the transformer that will serve our new City Hall building.
Any questions on that? Without objection, consent. Let's just do a little housekeeping here for a second. On Sebastian's, on Mr. Torres, is there any objections to consent on that? Seeing none, consent. Thank you. Item number 3, please.
Item number 3 is a request for an order authorizing the mayor to execute a contract amendment with KZF Design for design and engineering work related to the pre-construction of Phase 2 Covington Central Riverfront Development Public Infrastructure. This is a continuation of work that we've been doing with KZF on CCR, and as we're entering Phase 2 public infrastructure, additional design work needs to be done and coordination with our owner's agent and the construction company.
Any questions on this? Seeing none, without objection, consent.
Item 4 on the agenda is a request for an order authorizing the mayor to execute a contract with Messer Construction to begin pre-construction of Phase 2 public infrastructure at CCR. This phase is expected to last up to 6 months, hopefully not as long as that. And as I mentioned, it'll be in conjunction with KZF and our owner's agent, kind of phasing out the construction schedule and packages going forward. And then we anticipate that when that pre-construction is complete, we'll be coming back to commission for approval of the first guaranteed maximum price package scope of work for construction.
Any questions on this? Seeing none, without objection, consent.
Item number 5 on the agenda is a request for an order authorizing the mayor to execute a 60-day contract extension with JS Held for owner's agent services related to Covington Central Riverfront development.
Any questions? Seeing none, consent.
And the last item for me, number 6 on your agenda, is a request for an order authorizing transfer of real property interests identified as parcel 181 of the Brent Spence Bridge project from the city of Covington to the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Transportation Cabinet, Department of Highways, and authorizing the mayor to execute all documents required to complete the transfer. You can see up here and also in your packet, there is an image of the area which KYTC needs for the companion bridge project. The purple color is a transfer of ownership to KYTC that would become KYTC right-of-way. You can see that's where the new bridge is going to be running. KYTC already owns the area immediately to the east of that where the current bridge is. And then to the west of that, the green area is needed as a temporary easement during construction of the bridge project. KYTC is compensating the city for the combination of the property transfer and temporary easement in the amount of $221,000.
Commissioner Ackery?
Yes, Ms. Wetzel, so we'll get the temporary easement back, correct?
That's correct.
Thank you.
And we will maintain access throughout. Once the property is transferred to KYTC, the ownership, we will maintain access to the trail and to the levee for maintaining the levee.
Any other questions on that? Without objection, consent. Thank you, Director.
Thank you.
Human Resources, Director Lewis.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. This evening I have 7 items for your consideration. The first is an order accepting the resignation of firefighter Tyler Sipes effective January 5th.
Any questions? Without objection, consent.
Next is an order accepting the resignation of police officer Jason Hartzler effective January 5th.
Any questions? Without objection, consent.
Next is an order accepting the resignation of police officer Mason Smith effective January 16th.
Any questions? Without objection, consent.
Next is an order accepting the resignation of Bruce Scruggs, laborer in the General Maintenance Division of the Public Works Department, and this is effective December 13th of 2025, not this new 2026.
Any questions? Without objection, consent.
Next is an order approving the hire of Jared Howard as a laborer in the General Maintenance Division of the Public Works Department, effective January 14th. I'm sorry, did I skip Landon Webster?
Yes.
Yeah, apologies. So next is an order approving the hire of Landon Webster to the position of laborer in the General Maintenance Division of the Public Works Department, effective January 14th, then followed by an order approving the hire of Jared Howard as laborer in the General Maintenance Division, effective January 14th.
Just 1 second. Let's take one at a time. Mr. Webster, is there any questions? Seeing no questions, without objection, consent. On Mr. Howard, is there any questions? Seeing no questions, without objection, consent.
My final request is an order authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with Hub Brand to provide broker and advisor services for the employee medical benefits insurance program that we have here, and I appreciate the allowance of this being added late. Thank you.
Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay. Commissioner Tebby?
Just out of curiosity with the cost of this, is this costing any more than what we've already budgeted?
No.
Okay.
Any other questions? Seeing none, without objection, consent.
Thank you.
Thank you, Director. Assistant Director, Neighborhood Services, Mr. Mace.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. This is a request for an order to approve the listed neighborhood grant projects for FY '26. It's been our practice. This will be overseen by the Center for Great Neighborhoods. Cost of the contract is included in the total budget. The total budget came to $35,000. We had $40,000 set aside in the general fund, so it's easily covered. I would like to say every amount that was asked for, we approved, but everything that we approved, the city staff got together along with Kate Douglas from CGN and vetted everything that was asked for to make sure that there were things that we could do or should be done. And all necessary permissions, like, for example, there was a mural on a wall. We wanted to make sure that we get a signed permission from the people that actually owned the wall before we painted it.
It's always wise. Commissioner Downing?
I just wanted to say thank you to staff for the continued support of this initiative. I think this is really important for the continued development of our community. We have a lot of passionate people throughout our city, and this allows them to tap into that to help beautify their corner of the city. And if it wasn't for the things like what you're talking about there, where we are being very meticulous, we are being very detailed, we are being very cautious about the way that we are issuing these grants, this would not have survived the past 10 years, I think, that this has been in existence. So thank you for that, and thank you for the effort that you're putting into making it successful.
Thank you.
Vice Mayor Smith?
I just wanted to briefly echo Commissioner Downing. When you said making sure that they could actually do some of these projects, I do consider that above and beyond. And as funny as it may seem, you've saved substantial time in just taking that measure. So thank you very much to you and staff. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I just want to actually commend Commissioner Downing. This is his piece of legislation that he brought forth. This is a program that he has spearheaded through his work with neighborhoods throughout Covington to bring this legislation forward, and our local neighborhoods have benefited greatly. It's always best to know what the people are thinking and to be able to give their tax money back to them in this way is quite rewarding. And once again, I thank your staff and the Center for Great Neighborhoods, who everybody knows they're close to my heart since my mother worked with them before it was called that. So thank you. So without objection or any questions, consent. Thank you, sir. Economic Development, Ordinance, Star, Board, Neighborhood Development Code, Qualification, Manufactured Homes.
Yeah. So Caitlin had to attend a special meeting with the Planning Commission tonight, so I'm filling in for her. This is a request for an ordinance adopting a text amendment to the Neighborhood Development Code related to qualified manufactured homes. This text amendment will amend the definition of qualified manufactured home to match the new definition under state law that takes effect in July, I believe. Qualified manufactured homes will be added to the definition of single-family detached dwelling. So they'll be regulated the same as single-family detached dwellings. It will no longer be a separate building type under the NDC.
Any questions for Assistant Solicitor Ford? I have a couple. So when you're talking about manufactured homes, obviously we're known for our historic structures. Does this allow a manufactured home to be, go into what we consider a historic area, or?
So they will still be subject to the historic preservation overlay regulations.
Okay. Okay. That's the only question I actually have. And this is a mandate from state law, so we don't,
Yeah, so there was a change in the state law regarding the authority to adopt zoning regulations for qualified manufactured homes. This text amendment is needed to comply with those changes to state law.
Gotcha. Thank you. Any other questions for Star? Seeing none, we'll put it on for ordinances next week for our first reading. Thank you, sir. Next portion of your agenda, you'll see multiple board appointments, requesting the board's consent for next week for myself to go on the Planning and Development Services Council. Acting as my alternate with that would be Commissioner Tim Ackrey. Also, item number 17, reappointing Greg Paith to the Covington Motor Vehicle Parking Authority, reappointing Joe Shamer to Code Enforcement Hearing Board, new appointee Anthony Bradford to the Covington Economic Development Authority, new appointees Cole Weimer and James Schutz to the Human Rights Commission. So without any objections or questions on those, we'll put them on consent. Next item is commissioner discussion. Do we have any commissioner discussion items? Commissioner Downing.
I have just a couple of requests. The commission will be having their priority meeting on the 24th. In advance of that meeting, I was wondering if we could have staff send over the current list of priorities that they're operating from, so that way the commission is up to date on the priority list that we'll be discussing. The next question I have, over the holiday, I got a request from a resident that lives in Main Straws, actually several, regarding the kind of traffic snarl that occurred as more people were using DoorDash and Uber Eats and the various delivery driving services. And wanted to understand whether or not our parking authority was looking into any temporary parking spaces to help alleviate that concern. I know that you've looked into that, and I was wondering if you could speak on that at all.
City Manager.
That issue is certainly on the parking authority's radar. They've been talking about Main Stra's parking for a while now, and I think you all are aware of some of the public meetings that have happened around that. They're certainly aware of it. They're looking into it. These next set of changes that potentially they might have would include some temporary parking spaces for Uber, Lyft, all those, DoorDash, I'm sorry, to pick up food on a temporary basis.
We're not worried about the brands so much as the spaces, but I do appreciate that effort. And then the last that I have is prior to you joining the city, we would periodically receive kind of a city-owned properties report. I know that that's still available for the commission. If you could just send us the most updated one when you have the opportunity. Thank you.
Any other discussion items? Seeing no other discussion items, commissioner comments? Seeing no commissioner comments, I have no comments. Just had to think for a second. I was trying to figure out how to keep. Yeah, well, I was trying to figure out how to keep staff here until 6:30. Can't do that. So without objection, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Vice Mayor.